Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you the first things to do after setup on your POCO M8 Pro. So first, what we want to do is we want to connect to Wi-Fi. So go over into the settings and select Wi-Fi. Here we want to wait for available networks to show up. And after they refresh, we need to choose our network. So this is my network, and all we have to do is enter the password. So I'll see you guys in a second. Now, after we put our password here, what we want to do is we want to click connect. And now it's scanning the network. We have to wait a bit for it to connect. And now we have the network. So what we want to do straight after connecting our Wi-Fi is check for software updates. So go into About Phone. And here click on the HyperOS. Now it will check automatically. If you see no updates available right at the bottom, then you have the latest version. But if you see the update button, then you should update your device first. Now after that, what you guys want to do is go over and set up a Google account. So we want to set it up in the Play Store. This is the fastest way of doing it. Now let's click on sign in. And if the Play Store crashes for any reason, if there's no reason at all and it can crash, then you shouldn't be worried about it. Just repeat the step. So first thing we're doing is we're entering our email, and after that what we're doing is entering the password. So now I'll click next. I'll wait for the password sign to show up, and then all we have to do is enter the password. So, as you guys can see, we want to enter it right here. So I'll enter it off camera and I'll see you guys in a second. After entering the password, you will see either this notification or you will go straight through. So, as you guys can see, I went straight through. Now, we have an option to who will be using this device. So I'll choose I will be using this device. The steps may vary if you choose the second option, but not much. So click next. Agree to the terms of service made by Google, and now wait for the Google services to load up. Now make sure to enable backup device data so you can restore every single data that you had on your phone. And as you guys can see, the Play Store crashed, but still we went through. So I'll quickly use the password again and I'll get back to you. Now we are signed in, our account is set up, and what we want to do next is we want to update apps on the device. So go over and click your avatar right here. Now go over to manage apps and device, and here it will check for updates. I have 47 updates pending, and this is all of the apps that I have to update. So let's click update all, and as you guys can see, now some of them will start downloading and installing. So we can just leave the Play Store for now, and what we want to do next is set up the screen lock. So go over into the settings and now scroll down until you see fingerprints, face data, and screen lock. Here we want to start off with the screen lock. We want to choose either a pattern or a pin. Also, if you like the password, then you can choose it. The safest option here is definitely the password, but it's hard to enter, and if you really need something that's strong and you enter it quite instantly, it's a pin. Now the pin is from 4 to 16 digits, and I recommend putting 6 digits because it's very hard to crack the password. Now here, create a password that nobody will guess. So if I create a password like 1 2 3 4 5 6, then it will be very easy to guess, and everybody could just take my phone, guess the password first try, and use the phone without my knowledge. So make sure to not enter the same password as me, create a new one, and after that click add fingerprint. So this is how we add the fingerprints. Let's click don't show again and got it, and here we have the fingerprint scanner. Now we want to press and lift after the vibration. So now I had the vibration, I'm lifting my finger up. We want to press it lightly on the sensor, and we want to move our finger around. So as you guys can see, now this is done, and what we want to do is we want to do that and use our finger to unlock the phone. It works perfectly fine, and also the password that we have created is working. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. it is also working. Now, let's leave the fingerprint unlock and go to the face unlock. This is a process that takes around 10 seconds. Now we want to confirm our PIN in here that we have created, click next, and click start. Now this takes 10 seconds, I'll quickly do that off camera and I'll get back to you. So now the face has been added successfully, I'll click done, and I can try and unlock my phone using the face. So now we have a check mark right up top, we are not using the fingerprint, and I'm just pointing it at my face, and it's unlocking the phone. So this is how you guys can do that. Now what we want to do next is set up our Google Wallet so we can pay with our phone. First, let's go over to the Play Store, and I'll quickly cancel those updates because my internet is not fast right now. So I want to download the Google Wallet faster. So let's go over and type in Google Pay and go to the Google Wallet. Click on install, and now since I've disabled the updates, then it is the first in queue to actually download. So that's how we do that. After that, we will simply go back and update those other apps. So now it's installing. And now what we can do is we can easily open it here. But I'll open it after I go over to my profile, manage apps and device, and click update all. Now we want to go over to the Google Pay, and it will automatically choose an account to use with the wallet. So as you guys can see, we are in the wallet. Click on view wallet right here, and here allow it to send you notifications. Now here you have the passes, so the clubs, the payback programs, cashbacks, and everything else. So it's dependent on the region, everything's different. And now if you want to add a payment card, what you guys want to do is either use the card that was already pinned into an account, or simply click on the plus icon, go to the payment card, and click on the new credit or debit card, or click on a card that was already saved in the wallet. So click here, and as you guys can see here, we need to provide the card number, the month and the year of the expiration date, and the security code. What we can do here is we can click once, or simply if you're not here, then click twice and click on scan card. This way our camera will open up, and here it will basically scan our card, it will line it with the frame, and everything should work perfectly fine. So I do not have a physical card with me, so I cannot enter the details, but here you guys can add it. Also you guys can add the transit passes, gift cards, or even scan something from a photo like a QR code or a barcode. Now this is how we can easily set up the wallet. And last, what you guys want to do is optimize the battery. So go over into the settings, and now go over and scroll down until you see battery. Here we have the modes. So the first mode is balanced, performance, battery saver, and ultra battery saver. So ultra battery saver, I know it sounds promising because you see 107 hours remaining here, but basically it limits your phone to 6 apps, and it also depends on the phone's usage and which apps you chose. So it's not exactly 107 hours, it's only if you do not add any apps and you just not use your phone. Now the performance mode, it speeds up your phone. Of course it can overheat a little, and as you guys can see, this might increase power consumption and lead to overheating issues. So this basically speeds up your phone, but at a cost of faster battery draining and the overheating issues. Now the battery checkup basically tells you what you guys can enable to like optimize your battery. So the first one is the dark mode. It will give us 1 hour and 27 minutes for an example. This will give us 9 minutes, 19, 9, and don't wait screen for notifications 5, and 19. So now we have added 42 minutes. Let me quickly turn on the location anyway. Here in the charging options, I would recommend using the top speed. Now this will change the charge speed and it will speed up the charging of your phone, but it's only working with the original chargers, and also your phone can overheat a little while charging too fast, and if you're using it, then it will definitely heat up. After that, you have the battery protection. Now let's click got it. First, you need to get some cycles here. So a full cycle is 100% of your battery wear, so 100% of your battery used. Now, my phone has 0 cycles, so this battery has never been touched. It's at 96% right now, and if it's going to like 20%, then I'll charge it. It's 0.8 of a cycle, and we want to hit 5 or 3 to 5 cycles here to measure the entire info. Now for charging protection, we have to charge fully. Now this is no protection at all. Battery protection, it will basically charge your phone to 80% as fast as it can, so the normal charging speed, and charge fully only when you schedule it. And now smart charging, it will learn from your habits, how and when you charge your device, and it will leave 80% only when it can, and of course it will also charge to 100. Now, after that, we have additional features. So for an example, cold endurance mode, we definitely want to enable that since it's winter, and it will basically limit our device's performance and it will extend our battery life in return. Now, here what else we have? We have the schedule power on and off. We can schedule our power on at 7 for an example and power off at 11:30. So our phone will be turned off for 7.5 hours. So this is definitely a good deal because your phone will not waste any battery when you're not using it. You guys can just keep it like that, and your phone will turn off only when you do not need it. So here we also have the battery usage. This is worth talking about because here you can see which app takes what amount of percentage. So this phone is freshly new, we just set it up, and as you guys can see, the most we got was from the Play Store. So this is where you guys can check it when you use the phone even a little bit more, and that's basically it for the first things to do after setup. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.